What's going on, everyone? Tommy from Pizarro's Pieces. Welcome back to another pickup stroke boot sale stroke mail video. So weather's been shocking, pissing down this morning. Most of the boot sales that I usually go to that still haven't started their seasons yet because of the weather. We're all closed today, but I did manage to get to one and I surprisingly got a few good bits. So I'm going to run through them bits in a little while. First of all, I want to do a couple of shout outs. So I've had a bit of mail this week. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Darren from Darren's Toy Channel, who kindly got me this Bret the Hitman Hart figure, which I've now opened. So this is the Elite. So if you guys watched my recent video, I picked up the anvil from the Entertainer, and Darren managed to find Bret for me. Also from the Entertainer, so he cost me £8. So Darren just said, add the postage and he'll send it. But he also sent me a couple of bits kindly as well in the package. So we've got a Gremlin plush figure, and we've also got a baby Godzilla bean bag keychain from the '98 Godzilla film. So big thank you to Darren for them few bits there. And also, I got a package from Richard Morris, who is a YouTube subscriber, also follows my page on Facebook. And if you remember last year, I think it was just before I went to America, I can't remember, it might have been just after I went to America, I received a little package, well, a big package from him. And Michael Proctor did an opening video, the pair sent some really good bits, and Richard's kindly sent me another package here, so I've got a letter here, so I'm going to quickly read it. Hey Tom, good to see you back on form with your YouTube channel. Here is the Spider-Man toy as promised. Apologies if it's not as minty or complete as your others. It only cost me 99p 4 or 5 months ago, and the box is in pretty good nick for display. Enjoy the extras I sent, and do with as you see fit. Anything to help your channel grow. Yours faithfully, Richard Morris. So big thank you to Richard. So I'm going to run through the bits and pieces he sent me. So we've got here an animated Spider-Man, what are these, like 14 inches or so, lizard figure. I had one of these, definitely had this as a kid. I had him, I think I had Doc Ock. I had all these, I used to like all the big figures when I was a bit younger. I don't know what happened to them. I think I gave them to my nephew actually. So that's pretty cool. Also got some Godzilla figures here. So we've got, so this is obviously the '98 Godzilla. So this is 1998 Toho, made by Applause. I don't know what it does. It looks like it moves, but it's on a little base. Godzilla figure there. That's pretty cool. And then we've got two like miniature Godzilla figures here as well on little black bases, and these are from, let's have a look at the dates, 2014. It says they're made by WizKids stroke NECA. So as you can see, we've got the new Godzilla, the 2014 Godzilla, and then we've got one of the old, I think that's like the 60s version, breathing fire or his flame. So big thanks for them. And then we've got this Venom Birth of a Monster book by Marvel. So it's a pretty good, it's like a small graphic novel basically, in one. So like I say, it's like a mini comic in a book. I think this is like the origins of Venom. That's a pretty cool. I might have to watch that. And then finally what he sent me was this. So this is the animated Spider-Man Scorpion Spider Slayer, which comes, if I pull that out of there, obviously the box is in pretty good nick. It's got the Spider-Man figure in it. And then, I'm not going to pull it all out, but it's the 3 spider attack actions. Twin pincher action claws, spider stinger rocket, 3 rolling spider attack action. So that's pretty cool. That is a really, really good box to be fair, and he said he only paid £1 for that a few months back, so he got a pretty good deal. And Richard kindly sent that all to me for nothing. So I'd like to give you a massive thank you for that, Richard, as always. Right, moving on to the boot sale gear. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. I checked the Facebook pages. All the boot sales around here have got Facebook pages and Twitter pages and stuff. So I checked the Facebook pages. 2 of them have been called off. 1 of them hadn't, but I just looked out the window. It was raining. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother going. Went back to sleep. I woke up at 8:30 and I thought, you know what, let me go there. What have I got to lose? Worst case, cost a couple of quid to get into this particular one that I went to. And by looking on the Facebook page, it was still open. So I got in the car, went down there. I got there about 9:10, which is pretty late for boot sales anyway. And it was sort of still raining, but not heavily. And I sort of started running around. I had some old trainers on. Luckily, they got absolutely ruined. But I found something pretty quickly, and I said to the guy, how much you want for that? He said 10p. And I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to waste my time even entertaining anything, because 10p, what's 10p? You can't even buy a chomp for 10p these days, let alone anything else. So I've got this ET 1982 puzzle from, what are they called again? Is it what, Waddington's in it? Yeah, Waddington's, yeah. So I've got some Gremlin versions of these. They used to come with posters. Obviously the poster's not in this one. I don't know if it's complete or not. I ain't gonna care for 10p. I know that, you know, ETs, there's collectors out there for this. You know, this puzzle's older than me. 10p. I don't generally pick up puzzles. I never pick up puzzles unless they're sort of 80s. I'll only ever pick up, you know, things relating to the 80s, maybe the 90s, because puzzles are not that popular, especially like new ones. But 80s ones, like, you know, if you can pick up like He-Man, Transformers, Mask, and even films like Gremlins, Star Wars, E.T., I'd always pick them up. And you know what, for 10p, I thought, if it ain't complete, I'll give it to someone. It's not a big deal. Then I was walking around, I was thinking, I ain't gonna find nothing. I picked up a couple of DVDs. I picked up Fright Night on DVD. We started to sort of watch DVDs. Obviously, some of you guys who follow me on Facebook and Instagram and that will know that my missus bought me a projector recently that I've got in my bedroom. It's really, really good. It's only a mini projector, but it's good for watching films. It's really clear picture on the wall. We've got a big space on our wall. So I've connected that to the DVD player, and we're sort of watching DVDs every night or watching Netflix or whatever. So I've started picking DVDs up. So I picked it up, and then literally as I got to the very end of the boot sale, I see like a family, husband, wife and kids. Probably the boy was probably about 9 or 10, and I see, like, from a distance I could see turtles. So I sort of went over there and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to find anything good today anyway, so let's have a little butcher's. So I said, how much do you want for the figures? And the guy said, oh, £1 each. The bigger ones I want £4 for. So I said, all right, no problem. So I started mooching through. There was bits and pieces everywhere. So I picked up, we've got Donatello and Leonardo here. So these are like the flip ones. They made these in the early 90s, but they obviously redone them in the early 2000s as well. So we've got them two there. I think you push them down and they flip up or something. So I paid £1 each for them two. And then I've got, I think, if I'm not wrong, this is a really, yeah, this is 1992, this one. This is Donatello from 92. Sorry, the light's not particularly grey here. This is the one where you open his shell and he sort of transforms to a little mini turtle. Again, from the same people, £1. And then I've got this, is no weapons unfortunately, but this is the Leonardo Classics version, which you can still find in the shops today for about a tenner, 12 quid. Again, £1. These are just sort of things that are good for filling up my £3 bin at shows. And then from the same people, I surprisingly got, I was quite surprised at these. So I've got 2004 Shawn Michaels Jax figure, HBK, again £1. All this was £1. Vintage Nasty Boys, can't remember which one it is now, forget their names. Action still working, paintwork's not particularly great, but the other week I picked up 100 Hasbro figures for stock. So again, these are pretty good sells, and I sort of sell the common ones like this for around a few quid each, which is good. Got Jake the Snake Roberts, again, action works, no problem. His arms are a bit loose, but that arm's generally always loose, to be honest with you. £1, not the worst condition, like I say. But the surprising one for me out of this lot was Owen Hart. Not a common figure, not rare either, but Jake the Snake, Nasty Boys, them sort of ones are pretty common. This one's a little bit more rarer. His action works as well. He was actually the first one I see and I picked up straight away. the woman originally said she wanted £2 a figure, but the guy was like, no, £1. So I was happy with that. So yeah, I got all them for £1 each, and I think my mate Chris, Big C, might want this because I sent him a photo. He hasn't replied to me yet. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. And then from the same people, I made a bit of a mess up on this. So I picked up this giant 2002 Leonardo figure. They had Raphael as well, but it didn't have any weapons with him. And for some reason, at that time when I was picking all this up, I presumed, and I don't know why, I thought Leonardo only had one sword. I see another sword there, but I just thought, oh, it's just a spare, stupidly. But obviously, he's got 2 swords, and I only picked the one up. You know what? Some kid's gonna want this somewhere, so these will be coming to all the shows with me, the upcoming shows. And lastly, but not least, on my way out of the boot sale, I see a dealer that I know, Dan, who usually deals mainly in consoles, Nintendo, Sega's, vintage. I'd seen him walking around and that. Good guy. I bought my PS2 off him, funny enough. He done me a good deal on that. And he had this on his stall. He wanted 12 quid for it. I said to him, come on, what's the best you can do, mate? And I sort of looked at what they go for. So this is from 2014, so it's not that old, it's only 4 years old. They're selling for sort of 20, 22, 24 pound. So he said, I'll let you have it for 8. So I thought, you know what, if I can just nick a few quid on it, I'd be happy with that. So I picked this up for 8 quid. So this is like a, what are they, about 18 inches I think, roughly. Boba Fett from Star Wars, like I said, 2014, so that's not that old. In really good nick, got the rocket thing on the back. I thought this came with a gun, so I thought the gun was missing, but I've been informed since by one of my friends, Rob, of Robbo Toys, that it never actually came with a gun. So it is, as far as, even though his hand looks like he should be holding a gun, but yeah, 8 quid. So yeah, I spent about 25 quid in total. Got a few good bits, and you know what, again, surprising considering I went there 9:15. I was indoors by 10:30, and the weather was absolutely shocking. I'm really hoping the weather is going to get a bit better, because I want to actually do a boot sale. I've got loads of stuff I want to sell. I've got loads of toys that I can't really bring, not that I can't bring to toy shows with me, but they're a bit of a hard sell at a toy show. That I need to clear out, because I've just had a hell of a lot of stock in the last sort of 2 months, so I need to sort of clear some out. So I'm hoping the weather's going to improve, but you know what, guys, I'm quite pleased considering considering the weather. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been pretty quiet, not too much has been going on. I went and watched Ready Player One last week with my girlfriend. I don't really know what to think of it. There was quite a lot going on. It was very fast paced. There was a lot of nostalgic references, like 80s characters in there. I remember seeing RoboCop, Ryu makes brief cameos, and the DeLorean's in it. Apparently there was a gremlin in it, but I didn't see it. Everything was happening so fast. It was okay. It was an okay film. Nothing special. I think we're going to go see Rampage next week, and obviously Avengers is out the end of the month as well. So that's probably going to be like the blockbuster of the year for most people, especially us geeks. So guys, if you're watching this and you ain't subscribed, please consider to do so. Don't forget, you can find me on all social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. The links are below. Don't forget to like, share, dislike, whatever tickles your fancies. Guys, until the next video, I'll see you then.